Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a meal prep, but it's going to be a little bit different because I'm meal prepping for camping. And I'm not going to be meal prepping for all of our meals because as of right now I haven't even made the menu plan. So if you want to see what we ate for the week, just come back on Sunday and I'll have all the meals on that video, on the what's for dinner. So today we're going to be making some foil packs for steak fajitas and some steak and potato with like a I don't know, a beef stew foil pack, something like that kind of. And we're also going to do one that's Southwest chicken packets. We haven't ever had that one, but we think it's going to be good, so we're going to try that. And if it's not good, we're just going to eat it anyway. And we are making these packets for lunches and dinners for Jeff and myself. The kids are not going to be eating them, except Noah is going to have the fajitas because they're going to stay home and they're going to have stuff here. So the way I plan to do this is show you all the items that I'm going to put in each packet, you know, which thing I'm going to put, and then I'm just going to show you myself putting them together, because there's no certain recipe except with the Southwestern chicken packets, and that recipe came from DessertNowDinnerLater.com, and I'll try to remember to link that down below so that you guys can see the whole thing. But if I don't remember, it's called DessertNowDinnerLater.com. is Southwestern chicken packets, because I'm trying to pre-record things so that I can have my channel still going while we're enjoying our time away, and then whenever I get back, hopefully my channel will still be alive. But anyway, I have everything planned. Let's just hope it all goes as planned. So I'm gonna get everything that I need for one of the packets right now, and then I will come back and show you what's going to be in the packet. Okay, so you guys know, if you've ever watched me, I always improvise. When I don't have something that a recipe calls for, I make do somehow. Well, I do have heavy duty foil, but I didn't notice that it said heavy duty foil because I only read the recipe twice. And I have to read recipes more than a couple times for me to get everything down. I mean, recipes are a lot. But anyway, I just went ahead and just grabbed my regular foil. So what I'm doing is, instead of 2 layers, I'm doing 3. Also, I did not get any pepper jack cheese that was already shredded. And I don't think I have enough to shred. But I do have some pepper jack cheese that is sliced, but they're frozen. But the wonderful thing about this whole meal is we're going to freeze it anyway. So, and I didn't tell you guys that. I'm going to freeze all of these meals. I'm making them ahead of time so I can freeze them, so whenever we take them camping, they're not going to go bad. They'll last longer. So the first step is to get your foil. And the second step is to spray it. And it said to spray it thoroughly, so I hope that's thoroughly. Alright, and then I've got some, 1 can of black beans, washed and rinsed. Jeff did that. And then I'm going to put in 1/2 of a cup of pico de gallo or salsa. We have salsa, so we're using salsa. Also, the washing machine is going, so you're going to hear that. So 1/2 cup of that in this bowl. What's left in the jar in this bowl, because it's not hardly any. I mean, maybe there was another tablespoon in there. So we're putting all of that in there. If I would have known that, I wouldn't have gotten that measuring spoon out. Put that there. And then I need 1 cup of frozen corn. Uh-oh, corn overboard. Last time I used this corn, I just opened the whole thing up. So I need Now I'm throwing corn in the floor. 1 cup. I'm gonna go a little bit over because some of it's stuck in there because it's frozen. Plus we love corn. So that goes in there. Frozen just like it is. And then 1 teaspoon of taco seasoning. You can use homemade, you can use store-bought, you can use whatever kind of taco seasoning you want to use. You can even use fajita seasoning probably. But I have this Tony's that I got from Sam's, I want to say. Sam's or Costco, I believe it was Sam's, because I usually get stuff like that from there. 1 teaspoon of that in the bowl, and you just mix that together. Okay, so you stir it together with the seasoning, and then you divide it between the 2 foil packets. So since I have a measuring spoon, I can kind of be a little bit more precise. It seems like a lot, but this is a whole meal, I guess. So, and it's a lot of, the beans are a lot of fiber. So Jeff, does this seem like a lot? This is what it says. It's about a cup of beans and, I don't know. We're going to be camping. It's going to be, you know, a different kind of situation. Maybe we'll be burning extra calories. I don't know. Alright, so we'll put that in. And the next recipes are not recipes really, they're just like things I threw together. Alright, and then I have here, let's see, it says place 1 chicken breast or 2 chicken tenders on each packet. And we're doing the chicken breast, and it's frozen still, so I'm gonna have to, I mean, it's not all the way frozen, but partially frozen. And I think I'm going to have to put a J on this one because it's got a bigger piece of the meat on there. I'm going to go throw this away and wash my hands real quick, and then I'll come back and do that. Okay, the last step is to put the cheese on. And I thought Jeff was just going to cut it in half, but he did all fancy and decided to kind of shred frozen cheese. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. It looks like too much, but it's what it said to do. Actually, it's not even quite a cup, but you're supposed to put a half a cup on each packet. I'm thinking that I didn't do this foil big enough. I'm really thinking I didn't do this foil big enough. And pepper jack is one of my favorite cheeses too. And then you're supposed to, dude, no, this foil's not big enough. This is not gonna work. I'm gonna fold it this way first. Kind of like this. It's not exactly like it's supposed to be, but it'll, that'll work. Yeah, I'm gonna do it like that. And then I'm gonna do it again, kind of the opposite way. And what I may do is grab a bigger piece just to go over this whole thing again for another time, and then write on that part. But what I'm going to do is write on there what it is. And if you're cooking it on a gas grill or in your oven or whatever, if you're cooking it like that, it's 375 degrees for 30 to 45 minutes. And I'm sorry about my washing machine, it's just getting louder, or at least I think it is. But if you're cooking it on hot coals, it's still 30 to 45 minutes, but you need to turn it. If it's on hot coals, you turn it 2 or 3 times. Now, the places we're staying, it's hot coals, but it's on a grate. So you would treat it the same way you would a grill, most likely. But if it's on a grill, you just turn it once halfway through. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. That just seems like a lot. But maybe, I mean, it's not. Is it a lot, Jeff? No, depends on how hungry you are. But I mean, look at it. Do you see how big this is? Do you see how big that thing is? How much food is that? I know some of it's going to cook away. But it just seems so big. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. But I'm going to get a bigger piece for the outside. And then I'll show you what I write on it. But I'm not going to make you have to sit here and watch me wrap it again, because you can see, maybe you can see how I'm wrapping it up, but I'm just going to get a bigger piece and just wrap it really securely, because you don't want your good juices and I'm hitting the table and bouncing everything around, but you don't want all that stuff to ooze out. You want it to stay inside. So I'm going to grab a sheet, bigger sheet. I may grab a big piece of the heavy duty and just take my heavy duty stuff out for the rest of the wraps too. I don't know why I didn't do that in the beginning. Okay, so I've wrapped it up with the heavy duty foil, and I'm gonna write on it what it is. It's the Southwestern chicken. And then I'm gonna write Jeff, because this is his, because it's huge. And then I'm gonna write 30 to 45 minutes. That way I know what the recipe says. And I'm gonna write the same thing on this one. Okay, in my usual form, I let the battery die. I had like 40% left whenever I started. It went fast. But anyway, I wrote down what they are, and then I'm going to put them in a gallon Ziploc bag. And then we will take and stick them in the freezer and freeze them completely. And we'll cook them from the frozen state. So we'll probably have to cook them longer than 30 to 45 minutes, but that's okay. But anyway, we're going to stick them in there, and then whenever we start to put them in the cooler, 1, they won't drip out grossness everywhere. 2, they'll keep other things cool because they'll be frozen. And 3, they'll last longer. We're not going to be gone that long, but I would rather be safe than sorry. So that's 1 meal for us, ready to be stuck in the freezer. And now we're going to go on to the next ones. I don't know which, he's cutting up the meat right now. I'll go over there and show you guys. See, that's the beef tips type things for the, whatever they're called. What would that be? Like a stew pack? I don't know. And then that's for the fajitas, right?
Somewhat.
Well, Noah's going to need for the fajitas too. So he's doing both of it at the same time, because he chooses which meat he would rather have for which part, because some of it just works better for fajitas and some of it works better for beef tips, even though it comes from the same piece of meat. Whenever you're doing this, I don't know, he can explain it better than I can. But anyway, I'm gonna go put the other stuff in the freezer and let him keep going. So for this one, we're doing the beef stew type of stuff. I don't know what you would call it actually. And we're going to be doing that one, but I'm going to just have one here and one over here, which you can't see my hand, it's over here. That way I can get mine and Jeff's done at the same time, but you can actually just see one and it'll be fine. I don't really know if I'm going to need the spray or not, but I'd rather be safe and do the spray than not do the spray, because I am going to be putting a little bit of liquid in this one. So the first thing I'm going to do is put down some meat, and it just seems like a lot, but I don't don't usually eat this much beef whenever I'm eating stew. I just feel like this is too much. But it's what he thinks, I guess. Alright, and then I'm going to put onion. I'm going to put some on this one. And some on the other one. And I should have wore gloves so I could take them off whenever I got done with touching the meat, which I just don't want to touch the salt and pepper shaker. I don't mind touching other stuff. And then some carrots. Don't let that tater roll away. And then we have some little potatoes, and I'm going to kind of just put these around. We have 6 each. I'm putting too many on mine. This isn't right. Something's wrong. I've got 7. How many do I have? I'm short a tater. I need another red tater. Where did the other red potato go? Will you get me another red potato? They're in the pantry. They had to be washed though. Okay, I'm gonna go wash my hands while he goes and grabs a red potato. I counted them. I don't know what happened. Anyway, I'm gonna wash my hands, then I'm gonna come back and do the rest of the stuff. There's something I didn't tell you about the chicken wraps, the other ones, Southwestern chicken. You can garnish them with cilantro, and you can use either avocado and sour cream or guacamole and sour cream or whatever kind of toppings you would put on Southwestern stuff. I forgot to tell you that part. We're going to take some guacamole for Jeff. We're not going to take any sour cream, but I don't think. But we're going to take guacamole for him in little packets so he can have that. But you do that after it's cooked. So now I'm going to add a little bit of the Lee & Perrins Worcestershire sauce. This is my favorite Worcestershire sauce. Probably, what, I don't know, a tablespoon maybe? Is that a tablespoon? Just some on there. Because it gives, I don't know, it's just really good on beef for some reason. So, put that away. I'll put it over there. And then some pepper, however much you want. And some salt. And this is your only chance to season this before it's cooked, so you gotta remember that part. And then I have a little bit of beef broth left in the refrigerator from where I used some. And I'm just going to pour just a little bit in there onto the middle of it and hope that I can get it wrapped up. Probably, I don't know how much you think that was. A couple teaspoons, tablespoons, a couple tablespoons. Anyway, we'll take it and just the one sheet at first, and I'm going to put it together like that. Wrap it down, and then do that one more time to seal it up. And then I'm going to kind of pull it toward the middle, or push it toward the middle, because I want all that stuff to be in the middle of the foil. Get in there, tater. There's a tater trying to escape. Alright, and then that will be like that. And I'm going to turn this one kind of sideways. Or like catty corner, how is that? What is that called? You think I should do it like that, or the way I did the other one? It doesn't. Well, which way would be? It'd probably be easier to open the other way. It'd be easier to open this way. Yeah, I'll do it this way. I did the other one different because I used the weird foil. And I'll be able to do this one a little tighter because I've already got the other part done. Oh, it poked through. But it's going to cover up anyway. And this one is mine. And I'm going to write on here. I'm just going to write beef stew. Even though that's not really what it is. But that's kind of what it is. And this one's mine. So I write my name on it. Like that. And I'm going to put it in a bag the same way I did the other one. Pull Jeff's over. Oh no, your potatoes are trying to come out this end. Alright, get that in there like that. Alright. You think 2 pieces is enough? Well, that's the heavy duty. Alright, so now I'm going to write the same thing on this one for Jeff. And we're going to put it in a bag and put it in the freezer and freeze it all together, and then just throw it on the campfire whenever it's time to eat it or to cook it. And the next one I'm going to be making 3 of, because Noah will be having one of these here at home, and Jeff and I will be having the other at where we're at. So the difference I'm going to do this time with Noah's, I'm going to write the instructions of how to cook it on the bag, because he's cooking it at home. We're going to cook ours with, you know, I know how to do it. He doesn't. Yeah, they go in the freezer. Or I put the others in that freezer. Which freezer do you think they should have go in? Alright, I'm going to spray this, and Jeff is going to go ahead and put the other up. Now, with fajitas, you do whatever kind of vegetables you might want to do. I've had fajitas with squash in it. I think this camera is a little bit sitting crooked. I don't know. Anyway, but we're going to put peppers and onions in it right now. We're just using some sweet peppers. What are you doing? It's sitting, yeah, it's sitting kind of to the side. It's sitting a little crooked. Okay, so some peppers, and then onion, which onion is my favorite part. I think peppers may be Jeff and Noah's favorite part. So I'm probably going to put a little bit more pepper in theirs than in mine. And then I'm going to use this fajita seasoning, Spice Island. I told him to shinny stop. Spice Island's fajita seasoning. And I did not take the seeds out of these peppers. I don't care if the seeds are in here. But I'm going to just sprinkle that on. And then I'm going to fold it up just like I did the others. But now I've touched the meat and I want to wash my hands. But it's okay. And the way we'll eat these is with some tortillas. We have tortillas that we're taking with us. Will you take the top off, please? I'm through with the salt and pepper too, because I don't put salt and pepper in this. There's plenty of that kind of stuff in the fajita seasoning. Alright, so this will be Jeff's or Noah's or one of theirs. I don't even know if I have enough onion in these, as much onion as I like, you know. I don't know if I put enough meat in that first one either, because I can't really. What? You looked weird. Do you think I put enough meat in the first one? I don't know. I'm gonna give you that pepper. I don't like the peppers as much. This one will be mine. I mean, I like the peppers, but I don't want a bunch of them. I don't know. Okay, and then I just wrap those up, and I'm going to take, like I said, I'm going to take Noah's, and I'm going to tell him how to do it in the oven, which, put it on 350 for about 30-45 minutes, and he can check to make sure it's done. He knows how to cook. He knows how to cook fajitas without them being like this. But like I said, we're going to take tortillas with us, and he's going to have some here at home. There's plenty always here. Will you, where did the marker go? Will you write, write your name on one of those. You don't really have to, well, I guess you can write what they are. Good grief, what's I'm writing? Okay. Mine? Okay. That's how he signs everything, is mine. Alright, this one's mine. And I'll put Noah's in thing. I'll show you how I do Noah's after I go wash my hands. Okay. Alright, for Noah's, I'm going to write fajita and 350 degrees for 30 to 45 minutes. And he can always call me too if he doesn't remember something. I'm gonna write his name on here so he'll know it's his. And also, so we don't accidentally take it with us, we'll probably put it in a different place. So, okay, let me get it over. Alright, so that's the packets we're going to take with us. We are also going to take bacon with us, and we have a little cook stove, and we're going to have like bacon wraps for breakfast. We're not doing anything like super serious, like a whole bunch of eggs and all this stuff. We're just going to do bacon wraps for breakfast. And then we're going to do like ham and turkey wraps for one meal. I have actually on a meal prep video showed you guys how that I do the wraps. All it is or roll-ups. That's what it is. Roll-ups, not wraps. We may do wraps. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to do those things right before we leave because I don't want those to get soggy, and if you leave them in the refrigerator for too long, the tortillas will get really soggy, and I don't like them like that. Jeff and Noah will go ahead and eat them, but I would rather not. So I'll do that later. So I'm gonna close out the video now. That's just some quick little meal prep things that we're doing. And like I said, if you want to see what we had for dinner this week, just come back on Sunday and we will have everything. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to talk the kids into recording their meals or not, but we'll see. We may or may not get that done, but if we do, you'll get to see what they had and also what we had. Selena's probably just going to be eating pizza and Hot Pockets and pizza rolls and stuff like that. And Noah has that Supreme stuffed crust pizza and this. Jeff, will you put this in the freezer too? And yeah, that's what we're doing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't. Maybe you can give me some tips about things to take camping, because I don't know. Usually whenever we go camping, we just cook everything from scratch, and I just decided to do the foil things this time, or else we'll do like sandwiches the whole time. And I don't want to have sandwiches the whole time, so I wanted to have hot meals. And I mean, I may change my mind, I may regret it, but it's too late. It's already done now. So I'm taking those. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you like my channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I upload. Leave me a comment down below. What do you do whenever you go camping? We're not going in an RV. As I said, we're not going in a cabin. We're going to be in a tent. So let's hope it doesn't rain. I don't know if it will or not. It may or may not. It's supposed to part of the time. But we do have a rain thing for our tent. So thank you again for watching, and remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.